Okay, this is Jeffrey Worthley.
You can call me Jeff. Hello,
Hey, Jeff.
everybody.
How are you? Congratulations.
Corey, thank you. Is it Heather?
Yes, I'm Heather.
yeah.
I've seen
Great
you on
to meet
TV.
you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
Thank you. I want to, if I could for a moment, thank
Sure.
my parents, mom and dad, and I really want to do a great shout out to my two kids, Jude and Lila, 12 years old, 11 years old, and they literally, I call them my co-campaign managers because they wanted to go door to door. One more door, Daddy, one more door. And they put signs up with me, and they really did a fantastic job. So I owe it to them. And I had a lot of people that helped, but my kids helped the most. So thank you to that, Jude and Lila.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go Jude and
So
Lila.
Jeff, your reaction to the results. It was, I mean, it's been a big night for the city of Gloucester. A lot of change, a lot of new faces, and you just got in there.
I did. First of all, I want to thank all the candidates. Should I be talking, looking at
Yeah,
you
that's
guys? Okay.
very
Right.
thoughts,
So I
yeah.
want to be thankful to all the candidates, even the ones that lost. Okay. Peter Canava was a good man, and he did a fantastic job. I think he represented himself very well, and his family, and all of his supporters. And Carl McKay, we got close during the campaign, and I think he still has some fantastic ideas, and I encourage him, and I encourage Robin Hubbard too, to bring their ideas forward. If they don't have a vote at the table, but they still have a voice at the table, and I think that's really important. I also feel my heart goes out to Safathia, good, bad, or indifferent, however you feel about her, she's always had her heart in the right place, trying her best for the city of Gloucester. So for Safathia and her supporters, my heart goes out to you. And then to Greg and his group and his fans and his family, they worked really, really hard, and they earned the win. So that's exciting. There is going to be a lot of change. I come into this as the the youngest candidate on the city council. Yeah, youngest city council, actually, 44 years old. But I have 4 years experience on the council. It's old, from 16 years ago, but I know how to get things done still. I know all the players. I know how to make, I'm sorry about my mask falling
That's
off.
okay.
That's okay.
We're dealing with it
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
We have the
I
same
know
thing.
how to make a motion. I know Robert's Rules of Order. I know all the boards and commissions and the zoning ordinances. So I feel like I'm coming in, not coming in so green that I don't know, who's who and what's what. So I understand the process, and I want to congratulate the people that did win in our race at large city council. We had a lot of good choices, and I think that the city did well tonight. Did you have a specific question about the campaign or anything?
Well, I just feel like what are sort of those hot button issues, those big ticket items that you want to take head on?
So I think the housing issue in Gloucester is real and it's serious. It's not solved just by building more houses. I think that's part of the equation. I think it's also to work to bringing the kind of industry and jobs base that gives people the incomes they can afford to pay for the houses that are in Gloucester. And what goes up comes down. There will be a correction at some point. But right now, it is a very serious issue that people in Gloucester, young and old, can't afford to stay here. And we can't afford to lose those people because they contribute in so many ways. And I'm one of them. I live downtown practically, Riverdale areas where I grew up, and it's not easy. So that's one of the things. I think the harbor is changing. It will never be a time when we have 600 boats and 600 families operating on our harbor fishing. Okay, it doesn't mean the fishing industry is dead. In fact, the businesses that are doing it are thriving. But there is a lot of space, and we need to work with the business owners and everyone else in the community that says they think they have a stake in the game. We all have to come together and say, what do we want to be? What do we want to be when we grow up? And start working towards that. And then the last thing is, there's, I don't know, you know better than I do, how many new faces on the council? Ward 2, Ward 3, and 3 at large. So that makes 5 new councilors,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I hope to be a steady hand. I think I have a steady hand. Have a hand on the wheel, make sure we're going the right direction, and you're not going to see any of the hostility between the mayor's office and the council, not from me, and I don't think you'll see that from the council any longer. So I'm looking forward to making a difference, but it's a hard job. Anybody who wants to run, I encourage you, but it is work.
Yeah.
It's a real
Okay,
job.
so I keep quoting you because you talked about starting the new city councilor orientation program. So is that a thing?
No, I was asked to do it. I was asked by a candidate who had won, Jamie O'Hara, if I could help the people that won the following election to do a new council orientation. The charter calls for the existing council president, so that would be Steve LeBlanc, and he won't be the council president next year because he didn't run, and he's not a city councilor come January, to teach the incoming councilors. But that's hard to do because, Steve's going to do his job all the way through December, but he's not going to be there in January. So I don't know that it's a current council that does it, but I know that Ab Kambadi took me under his wing. Tremendous heart and wonderful mind, and I don't know if you know Ab or knew
I remember
Ab.
Ab, yeah.
And he had such a great brain and logical thinking, and he walked through process without trying to put a hand on the weight, on the scale. He didn't say, vote this way, Jeff. He'd say, if you vote this way, this is the consequence. If you vote this way, here's the alternative. And I learned so much from him, and I feel like it's a question of paying it forward to help the newer councilors find their way. It can be, business for city council starts January 1st, and it doesn't stop for people, you have to learn. It takes 6 months to really know the ins and outs of how to be a city councilor. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
So, and with a new mayor too, right? So sort of learning how he's going to interact with the council is going to be a challenge for everybody.
Well, and lastly, Jeff, a message to the constituents.
So when you win a race for city council or mayor or anything, you represent everybody, not just the people that voted for you. And so I want to thank people who voted for me, but I want to thank people that didn't, because they contributed to the process, and I hope to earn your vote in time. But to stay involved, to be involved, come to the meetings, whether they're Zoom meetings or in-person meetings, be involved because your voice matters. And I think that's the message that needs to be heard. Gloucester spoke tonight loudly and clearly, and I think it's important that we continue to listen.
Well said.
Thank you.
Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you, Corey.
And we look forward to chatting with you in the
I'm
future,
sure we'll
of
see
course.
both of you a lot.
Yeah, and thank you for your upcoming service and your service in the past as well.
I appreciate that very
All right.
much.
Take
Thank you.
care. Have a great
You too.
night.
Good night.